So welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name's Alexander, and today we're taking a look at a slightly older game. This is about 4 years old. This came out in 2016. It's called Moscow 41. This is from Vento Nuovo games. This is part of a series. We also have Leningrad 41, which is a 2017 game. In 2019 we had Kiev 41. We'll take a look just at Moscow for now. This is a two-player game, obviously about Operation Barbarossa, and it is a block war game. So we're going to crack this open. You do get a lot of stuff in this box, I'll be honest. There's a number of different blocks and units. So, a lot of wooden pieces. Some of the pieces we will put stickers on, some we will not. So there's a bunch of stuff here. Some of it's little sticks, some of it's these little round markers, some of it's these kind of flat square ones. There's small cubes in there as well. You get a whole bunch of that stuff. And these are various markers and units. But the regular units are your standard blocks. And so we'll kind of look at all this stuff here. There's a small bag, so we've got some white cubes in a disc with a couple of yellow cylinders and a blue one. And then there's another baggie which has black discs and a big green one. And then these are the blocks for the units, so there's red for the Russians, black for the Germans. And we'll crack these open. These are, we'll just get a bunch out. You can see they're pretty decently glossy. These are quite small. These might be the smallest blocks I've ever played a war game with. I think they're a tiny bit smaller than something like Fields of Despair, which I feel like are quite small blocks. These aren't the Columbia ones where they're massive chunky things. So you get a bunch of those, a bunch of the red ones. You can see they got a pretty distinctive wood grain on them, but they're painted nicely with a nice gloss on them as well. So kind of have those over there. You do get some dice. These are neat little dice, kind of unique. These are quite small. I think those are at best 6mm dice, but they are translucent. So you get like 4. They're grey really, and 4 red ones. Those are neat. I like those. Always like dice, which are a little bit different. So then we get into the bulk of the paper and cardboard here. So this is the rule book, and the rule book here. Let's see. Looking at about 20 odd pages. About 20 pages with a number of scenarios in the back in the campaign game. But it's 2 columns, full color, very largely spaced text. So it's 20 pages. This is comparative to some of the other rule books out there. It's not actually that many rules. There's a lot of diagrams, which is nice, at least early on. And seems to be organized into numbered segments with sub-bullet points and things. So in theory, this should be fairly easy to learn. But that's the rule book. And then we've got, so we have a number of things here. Okay, let's make sure we get this right. Well, that's interesting. We have 2 sets of these, I think. Standard stickers. Okay. So, this is the standard set of stickers here. So you got all these units up here. Again, grey and black for the Germans, kind of the pink and red for the Russians. And then there's a number of different kind of markers for the different discs, which looks like those are for air power, which is nice. And then some weather and maybe an initiative marker on that large green one maybe. So those are the standard ones. It says down here, standard stickers. Then we also have the Designer's Edition Designer's Edition stickers. I guess the big difference on those is you get slightly more detail. So you can see these kind of have like a detail on those hindquarters and adorn ears, versus this is just a black silhouette. I guess that's a difference on those. other than, I mean, and then a slightly different symbology. It's not that much, honestly, not that much of a difference. And then these markers up here, instead of the standard ones have these letters and symbols on them. These ones have stars. But that's the big difference on those. And then you also get an alternative set of stickers, which instead of having like NATO symbols, you can see those have like infantry pictures on them. The leaders have photographs of the leaders on them. I'll probably use these aircraft ones. Those are cool. And the tanks have tanks on them. These are quite dark, honestly, these black ones. So maybe I'll shy away from those ones. But so you get 3 sets of stickers. You can choose, and frankly you can mix and match those based on which ones you liked. We also have here a couple play aids. So we've got unit breakdown and symbology, what everything means on them, and then a map key as well. These single-sided? No, they're double-sided. And these are identical. So on the back you've got sequence of play, impulse phases, and then a combat sequence with a little mini CRT here as well. These are a kind of a satin finish. These are quite a thick card though. So you get 2 of those, which is nice. And then we have here, this looks like Beyond Dnieper. Okay. I think this, I don't know if this is for setup. Operation Typhoon. Oh, okay, these are for the scenarios. So you get holding boxes for different available bombers and units, reinforcement pools, and eliminated units there. And that's for German, and then the same thing for the Russians as well. And then the last thing that we've got here is we have the map. This version came with 2 versions of the map. We have the paper map, which is actually just a very heavy cardboard, again with the same satin finish that the play aids have on them. So this is the same finish as these cards here. But then we also have a mounted map board, and the mounted map board is probably what I would use, only because you can flatten this out a bit easier. But it's identical, it is just mounted. Okay, this is actually quite stiff. I don't feel that comfortable pushing down on it. Yeah, this board's quite tight, so I'll be spending a good amount of time putting boxes on this overnight to flatten this out. But as you can see, this is an area impulse kind of game. You're going to move from space to space. Each of them have numbers on them for easy identification. But it's roads from Kiev to Moscow, basically. And it's getting across one side of the map to the other. So you're going to be charging across trying to take Moscow. So that's basically the components of this game. I think Grant's played their Stalingrad game, which is quite different from this. But this has 2 other games in the series, so I want to get this one to the table and get it played. I used to try a different way to look at Barbarossa without having a massive 5-mapper hex and counter game, so this is the tail end of that, I guess, at least. So this is Moscow 41 from Vento Nuovo Games. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I've been Alexander from theplayersaid.com.